Hello, my friends. Welcome back to MTDCNC. We are here at IMTS 2024, and I got some of my favorite people right here in the whole wide world. Yuto, who I've been to Japan with. I got my buddy Billy with a new promotion, and my new best friend Ryan, kind of like stepbrothers. Did we just become best friends? I think we did. Yuto, let's talk about some of the really cool technology you've been developing in Japan. Last time I was there, it was that hand scraping precision. How long does it take? It takes as long as it takes to get it right. Let's talk about what's happening in Japan.
Okay, you explained everything. So we are Matsura Machinery. So if you ask what do, we are automation solution provider. So I believe automation comes from two sides. So software and also build quality. That's what you're talking about. So obviously, last time when you came to GymTop, we filmed some videos about our build quality, so you should watch that if you're curious about reliability. Software side, I'm sure our guys will go through, so I wouldn't mention that. Anyway, if you want 5-axis, merge parts, and large capacity tool magazine, and solve labor shortage, we are here to help you.
The best of the best of the best. I've seen it firsthand and what you guys are doing in the automation world. We also have these Lumx's over here, which I can't wait to share. I know Eddie's gonna help us with that. Billy, congratulations, my friend. Last time I spoke with you,
Thank you.
What you've done is amazing. What are we gonna see here today on this booth as we get excited when we go from spot to area to machine to area? You even have partners here to talk about your relationships, right?
Oh, Tony, we're excited. You know, in this industry, it's 2024. Every 2 years, we get to go to the Super Bowl.
Yes,
This
we
is
do.
the Super Bowl of manufacturing here at IMTS every year in September in Chicago. The difference between 2022 and 2024 this year will be we have a representative from all of our product lines here in the booth. We have an LF160 linear machine, fast, lightning fast with pallets as always. We've got a big horizontal, 500 millimeter horizontal with pallets, of course, always. We got the MAM series represented with the 42V. As you said, Lumx is here, not a cardboard cutout of Lumx, it's an actual machine making parts, as it's different from 2022. And then the core, the #1 seller in the country, the MX series is here as well. So we're excited.
Yeah, I can imagine why you would have that excitement. I mean, you guys are really the leaders when it comes to that pallet change system, the precision, the accuracy, and you continue to develop, which is what I love about visiting Japan and seeing what you're up to. Ryan, man, it's good to see you, buddy, and congratulations.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Not that you need my welcoming, but welcome to the Matsura family. What a great family to be a part
I
of.
appreciate it, yeah. I joined in January. It's been a great 9 months. It's just such an honor to work with such a premier builder with the Matsura name. And the Matsura family and the support they give us at Matsura Machinery USA has just been fantastic, and we're making a nice imprint on manufacturing in America.
Well, Yuto's been here for a long time, as you might imagine, hence the last name, right?
Yeah,
I've known Billy for quite a while as well. What do you get excited about coming into here, but being in the industry for so long and seeing so much technology, what do you get excited about when working with Matsura?
I like working with the product, with the simplicity and the effectiveness of the palletized 5-axis machines, and the fact that we keep it simple. We have commonality between all the machines and the parts, spindles, pallets, etc. So it's just a very effective, simple machine that has been in the market for decades and will only continue to get better.
Very well said. Gentlemen, should we send this over to Tom and Eddie to learn more about the Lumx machine?
Fantastic.
And not a cardboard box? Let's go. Exactly right. We'll see you over there with Eddie.
All right, manufacturers, as we continue our official tour of the wonderful Matsura booth, I'm hanging out here with Tom in front of the Lumx machine. First and foremost, man, how are you today?
I'm awesome. Thanks for being here and thanks for having us on. We really appreciate the support you guys give us, and supporting manufacturing throughout North America is awesome.
There you go. Hey, and speaking of supporting manufacturing, we have the Lumx here, a machine that really has lots of detail that we need to uncover. So let's start here. What am I looking at, and what is this thing doing?
Well, you're looking at one of a kind in the world. Well, almost one of a kind in the world. It's a hybrid additive. Does sintering and machining in the same platform. One machine, one process is our sales tag. So customer puts their product in the machine, hits go, walks away, comes back 2 or 3 days later, and their part is complete. So no operator attending, runs overnight, 24/7, lights out manufacturing, very sustainable. Great application for injection mold tooling, for medical devices, for implants, for fixtures, jigs, basically anything that can help assist manufacturing. It's additive and subtractive combined. Very unique niche market, but really addresses a number of needs in the market. Skilled labor force shortage. Again, we have press the button and go away. The machine handles all of the processing.
Which sounds like loads of convenience, all of the above for operators around the US. So we've talked about some of the capability behind this machine, but to my understanding, there's a very interesting partnership that is collaborative that allows this to really maximize on the synergy here. So tell us a little bit more about that.
So in this particular application, the product demanded 3D printing because the density control that you can have in the 3D printing process, it's an implant, a medical implant, so it allows us to create a surface where bone growth is completely enhanced. However, the requirements of the part surface finish were beyond the capabilities of this additive machine, so we collaborated with the tooling manufacturer Seco, our other partner CNC side machines on the Matsura side and the LF160, and we produced a beautiful part that I think you'll see later in the podcast or video that shows a completely surface finished machine with the ability of having the bone growth created by the additive manufacturing process.
Many things that I love about this industry, but one of them is when great brands collaborate to do even greater things. And between Matsura and Seco, it sounds like that is happening across the board. So any other additional insights we need to know about this partnership or this wonderful machine that we're in front of?
Yeah, I think what it clearly shows is that the tool, the machine, the part, and the process all have to work together and be designed as a single process. You have to look at the end part. You have to look at either the stock or the rough part, and how you get each step along the way. And a tool is a tool, maybe, but a tool functions different on different machining centers. So it's important that everybody understands what the end goal is for any particular part. And you're designing a manufacturing process. You're not just machining. You're not just 3D printing. You're not just CNC programming. You're looking at the entire process, and you're designing the process. And by having a collaboration like this, you're using the best of each company's skill sets. So we have access to lots of different tooling, but we don't know the nuts and bolts behind tooling. We're a machining company.
There you go. And that is synergy at its finest. And speaking of synergy, we are not done just yet. Let's head over to our next machine and see what Tony has in store.
Well, we've made it back. We're in front of the LF. I got my buddy Joe. I got my buddy Chris. We're going to talk Seco tooling and how these things all come together in partnerships, which I love so darn much. All right, my friend, we're going to go high level. We're going to talk about this labor shortage, this skills gap, and what Seco's doing in partnership with Matsura to kind of reduce some of those issues we're all dealing with right now.
At Seco, we understand the need for collaboration. Most successful companies focus on their core competencies, and as companies do that increasingly, to be more profitable, they need to share cross-discipline functions and collaboration to come up with solutions for an entire process from end to end, not just what's going on the machine cabinet, and in the process also filling the skills gap that a lot of companies are feeling today. Thank you.
It is absolutely. I mean, that is a constant. I call them hashtags. I call them buzzwords. We're all talking about how do we adapt to a world where we don't have enough people in the most significant industry in all of work, right?
Right.
Like, maybe we don't need as many of some other parts of the industry. We need engineers. We need machinists. So that high level and understanding how Matsura partners with you guys to make that happen. But one of my favorite subjects, I'm not gonna lie, Chris, is getting to the nitty gritty, because when I was a machinist, my friend, I had to turn an average tool into something, and it just wasn't working. When we invest in the right tooling, when we invest in the right partnerships, when we're doing the right things, and I love this display right here, all the things matter. It makes all the difference. What you say, and how are you going about it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it really affects your bottom line, your efficiency, your repeatability in your process. So at Seco, we've kind of changed the way we go to market a little bit. So we've developed engineering arms for our company that are segment specific focused. So I'm part of the medical segment, and we're developing not only processes, but the tooling that maybe yesterday was a custom tool that you had to order. And once we develop what we consider the optimal process, we make those tools readily available on the shelf as a standard. By partnering with partners in the industry such as Matsura, these guys live and breathe their machines. They know what their strengths are. They know what their weaknesses are. We live and breathe cutting tools and programming and things of that nature. So by our collaboration together, we're able to cater the solution, the tooling, the tool paths, based on the strengths and weaknesses of the machine to really deliver the best process to our end users and be most efficient. We, as you can see here with this display, I'm glad you mentioned it, Tony, is we've actually went as far as to develop our own, this is ephemeral, right? We didn't develop this to go to market with and compete with, our customers. We developed it so that we could take it into our innovation hubs, work with our partners such as Matsura, and develop the best process possible to create that ephemeral there, and then transfer that knowledge to our end users, through our collaboration and partnerships with the machine tool builders. CAD/CAM comes into effect with that as well. A lot of our customers, large customers, they're already invested in whatever CAD/CAM they have, and they want to be able to have that CAM readily available so down the road, if there's a rev change, it all works with their software. So we're able to be adaptive when it comes to that. So if you're using XYZ software and, okay, we'll get that, we'll figure that out, we'll program that in that software for you and deliver that whichever way you'd like it. So,
Chris, so well said, brilliantly said, and that's exactly what we need. May I share a pet peeve with you guys before we send this back over to Eddie again? Spending all this money on an amazing machine, these blue beauties over here, and then not paying attention to the outside parts that really make this type of product shine, because it's going into people's bodies. Our hips are getting bad, my knees are getting bad. I need you guys, and we need the machinists out there to continue doing the good work they're doing. Let's send it over to Eddie to learn more in the next area.
Here we are continuing our adventure here at the Matsura booth where the action is continuous. Hey, and so are the spindles. And I'm here with my man Patrick to talk about this beast of a machine, the Man 7242V. First and foremost, how you doing on this fine day today?
Man, I'm doing wonderful, running these beautiful machines.
There we go. Hey, and speaking of beautiful, I'm seeing a thing of beauty here. Without me giving away and spilling all the beans, what do we need to know?
What do we need to know? How easy a Matsura really is to run with these big pallet machines. Big magazine in the back, all interfaced in our new Miles 4 control. That's where it really is. Workflow, top to bottom, makes it extra easy to teach this machine to a new user that's new to Matsura or 5-axis.
Which is intriguing, and so knowing this, you've made it easier for the operators. But let's talk about what is the direct impact that has on the industry. Let's be real.
To be real, look at the pallet changer. So now a customer, instead of going to work on the weekends, can now go do what they want to do and let the machine run themselves through the weekend. That's what's important to me. Do I want to work on the weekends? Absolutely not. Buy a MAM, and the MAM will take care of that for you.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing I've learned about Matsura, just even in the past couple minutes, is that you are not short of wonderful machinery and synergistic collaboration, aka partnerships.
We will partner with everybody. Anything you currently have, we'll run in our machines. It's just a great machine altogether.
We are not done yet. Let's head over to our next machine and see what Tony has for us.
Welcome back, my friends. I'm with my buddy Mike now. We have a lot to talk about. We got an LF behind us. We got this beautiful horizontal machine as well. But first things first, let me be honest. This big yellow box back here, are we serious, Mike? Can you really put a part that big in that machine?
Absolutely. That's how Matsura markets all their machines. So anything that fits within the work size, that yellow drum, whether it's a horizontal, 5-axis machine, it'll be able to be cut on that machine. So it's very easy for customers.
If you have that amount of floor space, which seems minimal to me, you're going to get a much smaller part in there. That's really maximizing a capability by being able to put something so big with a limited amount of floor space.
Absolutely. Matsura, being a Japanese company, real estate's very expensive in Japan, so they need to build machines that are maximizing that floor space so they can get more machines in the same building, get more throughput through the shop.
Yeah, very well said. And speaking of floor space as well, this is a compact machine with a ton of pallet changes. This is your smallest 5-axis machine, right?
Absolutely.
The LF160 has 42 pallets, optional 91 pallets, 338 tools. It's a linear machine, so 90 meters a minute, rapid, 3,500 inches a minute. It's very fast. It's actually scary to run the first time that you do it. And very small floor space requirements. Like I said, everything is built to maximize that floor space.
I gotta be honest, man, I did have a little bit of anxiety when you were just talking about that, because I've had to turn my spindles down from it going so fast. Like, whoa.
Yep.
You're getting too close to that part. But I want you to reiterate one more time, how many tools and how many pallets?
So 338 tools, HSK E40, 46,000 RPM, and 42 pallets.
And that I wanted to reiterate for the audience watching right now, because what happens sometimes, we want to automate, right? We want to get into maybe a high mix, low volume, where every single one of those pallets is going to have a different job on it. But if you have a limited tool capacity, that's an issue. Now you're running out of space to actually cut the part with all those different jobs, right?
Yes. Yeah. Matsura has done a lot of market research to figure out, with this work envelope size, how many tools are you going to need with so many pallets, So if you have 42 pallets and you only had 100 tools, you're probably not going to be able to utilize that piece of equipment to its full capability. So they've done their homework and built machines that the market can actually use.
Yeah, spot on, my friend. All right, let's talk horizontal machining as well. We all know, maybe not all, but a lot of us know, when we think horizontal machining, we think about gravity, chips falling, coolant flush falling, being able to have maybe longer tool life and better precision because of the gravity doing a lot of the work. We think about being able to gang up parts as well and having that automation style. But precision in this world is so darn important as well, isn't it?
Yes, and Matsura's machines, they're all hand-built, hand-scraped surfaces for the spindle mounts of the casting. Any of the linear guides where they mount, those are hand-scraped as well. And that's the build quality that you get with a Matsura. These machines are built to run for 20 plus years of service, and it's because of that hand care. That's why these machines perform. We just had a customer here about 20 minutes ago said they have a 1984 version of this machine, and it's still cutting, very tight tolerance, so now they're looking to get a little faster machine, and they're going to probably purchase one of these newer models.
1984, that's incredible, which segues me perfectly into reliability. We're going to touch on reliability and how that's important. But if you notice what we just talked about here, my buddy Mike, we're talking about it. These people have invested in not just their machine shop now for the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, but their children and their grandchildren. When something lasts that long, you're investing in the future of your company and that reliability. So reliability through Matsura, let's talk about that.
Absolutely. And for a company to purchase a machine, a smaller company especially, it's a big decision to purchase one of these pieces. A lot of times it's more expensive than someone's house. So that could make or break a company. So we need to build a reliable product that is not going to be down when you're supposed to be making money. And so Matsura builds the machines with high quality parts. They have great service, and they're built to last for many, many years. We have a customer that has actually about 18 of those MAMs behind us that I believe they calculated with their cost per day with running parts or consumables, $2 an hour.
Huh.
So
wow,
that is incredible.
That is incredible.
There's not a lot of machines out there where you can actually, see that, and it's usually a higher cost. So
may I share a short story with you that I also heard recently about Matsura? I was talking about how important it is to have local boots on the ground, to have help, and we do service and support. I was talking to this gentleman just recently on Matsura, and he's in the middle of nowhere, remote. I'm like, what about service and support? He goes, well, that's why I work with Matsura, because the machines don't really need service and support. They're so darn reliable unless I break something, right? And that's kind of exactly how it works.
Yep. Yeah, so Matsura USA is here, St. Paul, Minnesota is where the headquarters are, but we use the distributor ship. So we have very talented service engineers, applications engineers, and if there's a problem with the machine, we're out there, very short lead time so we can get back up and running. So
well, Mike, from now on, I'm going to call you Enrique Iglesias because you can be a hero. I can be your hero. No, we're not singing today. Let's head back over to Eddie and see what else is going on.
action continues here at the Matsura booth, and we are hanging out, checking out not one, but two powerful machines, and who better to tell us than you myself, man? What do we got to know?
Well, the MX series starts with, that's the cornerstone for us. The most popular machine in the fleet is the MX330 PC10. You talk about dollars per square foot. The footprint on the Matsura machine is one of the best in the industry. We got a 10 pallet pool attached to a 330 millimeter full axis, 5-axis machine. Doesn't get any better than that. And then you grandfather up to the 520, a little bit bigger platform, a little less pallet pool, but still the same thing. Factory made pallet pool. That's the key to this system.
Now, clearly popular machines, but I got to know why. You know, each reasons are different for these operators, and they all have the specific value they're seeking. So what value are you bringing specifically to these operators across the industry?
Well, as I mentioned the number one product for the MX330 is dollars per square foot. We're talking about one of the smallest platforms of footprints in today's world. Square footage matters. You know, packing machines into manufacturing space is important. The MX330 gives you the precision, the quality, the reliability in the smallest footprint possible with 10 pallets of automation. So we're running lights out, no operator unattended. And by the way, the new MIOS 4, the brand new operating system that we've talked about in previous, is on all of these machines as well.
Man, you have the capability, you've got the footprint, you have the controller, you're revamping this entire situation, but I gotta know, you might be a little biased. What do you like the most about these machines, and what excites you the most about their capabilities?
Oh, number one with Matsura, it's reliability. We've got a 10 pallet pool system, which by the way, as long as this door is open, the machine is still running. Spindle utilization is critical in our industry. You're not making revenue if the spindle's not turning. We can look at 3 different pallets, work on 3 different part loading, part changing while the spindle's running and never interrupt production.
Man, never interrupt production. You're bringing the efficiency, that reliability, you're reducing that square footprint, because we know space is not free in the manufacturing world. No exception to that. Lastly, just in case individuals are living under rocks and aren't familiar with these machines, man, what do we got to know? Drive it home for these 2 competitive, awesome pieces of equipment.
If you're looking for 5-axis automation, we're the kings. We've been doing it for almost 30 years. We started adding pallets to machines before everybody knew what automation was or is. The MX series is a great way to enter the Matsura family at the price point that you've never seen before, but still get the quality, the precision, the reliability that you expect to be profitable.
There you go. Hey, quality before it was cool. So hey, we are not done just yet. Let's wrap up with one more adventure here at the wonderful Matsura booth.
Well, we are here to close this thing out back with my 3 best friends again, some of my favorite people in the entire world. I want them to share a powerful message with you just to kind of close out this incredible booth tour about what Matsura means to them from the heartbeat of Matsura. Yuto, I'm so grateful to spend time with you every time we're together. What message do you have for the audience watching right now?
Okay, so first, thank you for watching, and I hope you found interest in Matsura, and you are always welcome to Japan. So we do factory tour, and also we are going to have a gym stuff in November. So if you want to know, and we are going to exhibit a new model there. So let's see there. See you there.
I like it, Yuto. Billy, what do you have? Coming from the heart, my friend, what do you got for us, my buddy?
Well, Matsura being in our 4th generation family-owned company, the motto has always been from the day one was do what no one else does. And we continue to take pride in doing exactly that. We do what no one else does. 5-axis palletized world is where we live, it's where we stay. We're going to continue to invest and continue to get better to help and maintain the efficiency with manufacturing in the US and beyond.
Awesome said, very brilliantly said. Ryan, we got the last, but we're saving the best for last, right, Ryan?
Yeah, that's right. I would just say if your shop does any milling at all, 3-axis, 4-axis, 5-axis, bring us your projects, bring us to your distributors and ourselves to make your shop better.
Thank you all for watching, my friends. This is Yuto, this is Billy, this is Ryan. Yuto, did I hear you say you're all welcome in Japan?
Yep, you too.
I'm out of here.